Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder TV. Yes, I'm back from my holidays actually. Did you miss me? You probably didn't. As I understand it, there's been quite a few bits and pieces of news that's been happening whilst I've been on my holidays. But I'm back. Did you miss me? We'll answer that question on the back, on the other side of this music intro. Yes, welcome back again to Canon for the TV. Let's just making sure that we are running live. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. For Arsenal fans, literally all over this world. I'm kind of forgetting my intro that I've done over the last 5 and almost 6 years, but we are back in full effect. Did I have a good holiday? Nah. Was it a great holiday? Nah. Was it a fantastic holiday? It was. And do you know what happened? I deleted at least one third of the photos and videos I made. Yeah, it's just silly old me. But forget about that. We are here, we are live and somewhere across the cyber universe. And welcome back indeed. What you can do, just click the like button. Somewhere over here it says. But also come into the live chat. You see the Gabriel Jesus looking a little bit somber there. There's a very good reason for that. Now, it might be a little bit out of sync with the current news. I know there's been some news in regards to the goalkeeper situation, but we're going to get into that right about now. So, yeah, there's some news about David Raya. David Raya. Well, Thomas Frank has once again, or has made it clear that Brentford are willing to sell David Raya for the right price amid transfer interest from Arsenal. Now, Raya is 27, has 1 year remaining on his current contract, and has been linked with of a whole host of top clubs during the summer transfer window. During Man United, including Man United, German giants Bayern Munich. Now, Brentford completed a deal for Frank Flecken earlier this summer in the wake of Raya's refusal to sign a new deal, and still expect to sell him. However, nobody has yet been willing to meet the club's £40 million valuation of the Spanish international, who is now attracting interest from the Gunners. Now, former Arsenal star Julio Baptista has actually kind of has he spoken about Raya? Yeah, it could be, but I'm just thinking, is he a better prospect? Is he a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale? Now there has been some stats that I saw actually just coming back in here, comparing Ramsdale to Raya. So let me just quickly get it here, if I can get it very, very quickly and just send it to you. Very interesting. He was kind of, what was he? His stats are quite impressive, and that's just his Raya I'm talking about. I'm just trying to get it here. There we go. Talk amongst yourselves very, very quickly. But I'm actually surprised because do you want to get yourself in a situation where you're going to potentially have two number one goalkeepers? I mean, it is good for competition, but I'm just thinking, looking at Ramsdale, who had a really good start to his Arsenal career over the last 2 seasons, just missing out on the Premier League position there. Pipped by who? Man City. But I'm just asking a question. Is he putting himself in a situation where he might end up having one goalkeeper who's going to want to leave and not want to fight for the position of number one spot there? But let me just quickly get this thing here. I'm just trying to get. Oh, here it is. Here it is here. Right, just bear me a second. So I'm looking at the stats here, comparing the two goalkeepers. Okay, we go here, and the stats to me tells me that they're quite similar. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Again, just bear me 1 second. I should have actually lined this up before, but it's just something I just kind of saw. Ramsdale, just as I was coming here to do the show. So let me just kind of put this in here, and boom. So Raya and Ramsdale. Now have a look at these stats here. I think they're quite similar. Very, very similar. Let me remove the caption here for a second. So, the games over the course of 38 games, goals conceded. Well, Ramsdale, has conceded three less goals. Clean sheets, Raya has two less clean sheets compared to Ramsdale. But save percentage, there's a bigger gap there. Ramsdale has 69%, whereas Raya has 77%. Again, passing accuracy, you know, Ramsdale beats him. So the stats to me are fairly similar, fairly similar. But I don't know. What do you think? Is he worth a punt? I mean, Matt Turner. I mean, we're going to speak about Matt Turner in a just a little while. But I'm looking at the stats here. Are they not similar? No. They say actually that Raya's distribution is far superior compared to Ramsdale. But I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, but are they not fairly similar? It's the fine margins, isn't it? So I don't know. What are your thoughts? I think we might actually do this as a next channel question. But yeah, just I don't know. Is it worth upsetting the apple cart? I mean, what I would say is Matt Turner is no Ramsdale. Ramsdale is no way a Matt Turner. So you basically want competition, don't you? Is Matt Turner clear competition for Ramsdale? Well, by default, he is number two. But again, you're going to get yourself in a situation where you've got two number ones at Arsenal. How are you going to keep them happy? But the most important thing is you need competition, don't you? So I just thought I'd put it out there. That's very interesting. The stats that I saw there, very very interesting. So all Arsenal need to do is basically just meet the asking price, which as I understand it, is 40 million pounds. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Anyhow, what do I think? Let's go on to the second news segment. Is it newsworthiness? Is it newsworthiness? Possibly. Well, Timber has penned his thoughts and put it in a message. Message in the bottle to Eric Ten Hag. Timber has paid tribute to Eric Ten Hag for his work in helping him to become a better footballer. Timber joined Arsenal from Ajax earlier in the summer, snubbing the chance to link up back with Ten Hag at Man United. The defender played under the United boss for 3 seasons after breaking into the senior setup at Ajax, winning 2 Eredivisie titles together. But that success was not enough to convince Timber to move to Old Trafford, instead picking Arsenal. Thank you for that. As his next club, the Gunners paid £40 million to buy the defender, but he put his rise to stardom down to the work of Ten Hag. He said that Eric Ten Hag gave me confidence and made me a much better footballer. I decided to stay an extra year at Ajax and develop as a player. Now the time feels right, Timber said after Arsenal beat Barcelona 5-3 on Thursday. That's last Thursday. Again, did I see the match? No, I wasn't. And I was on holiday. I was on holiday. I didn't see it. But it's interesting. I saw some bits and pieces. It's pre-season. Timber had an okay game against Barcelona, but I'm a little bit worried that 5-3. 5-3. We need to reduce and have a better defence than that. But anyway, so that's the thoughts of the youngster there on Eric Ten Hag. He made him a better footballer. So all power to him. Yeah. Now this one I thought was quite interesting actually. You might chuckle at this one. I don't know whether it's true or not, man. Really, I don't know. What is true that the owner of Denmark Down the Road is in the spot of trouble, but JayZ eyes Tottenham takeover after Arsenal links. Yeah, music star mogul JayZ is reportedly plotting a bid to take over Tottenham Hotspurs after current owner Joe Lewis was accused of insider trading. Yeah, man. Greedy so-and-so. Spurs owner Lewis has been charged with conducting an insider trading scheme by prosecutors in America, and if found guilty, would be forced to give up his ownership of the club per Premier League rules. And on the back of the charges, it appears that JayZ is awaiting in the wings. Are you sure about this? Are you serious? Well, I don't know. Arsenal rapper has previously opened up on his interest to invest in a Premier League club. Well, make it Arsenal, not them down the road. But speaking back in 2010, he said, I don't know a lot about the business of soccer, in soccer, but in the future, if the right opportunity presents itself, then who knows? I'm a businessman and I will always look at an opportunity. And if it feels right, then it's great. Well, this interest was, however, reported at the time to be Spurs. A great rival Arsenal, having previously revealed his allegiance lie with the Gunners when it comes to football. So, is it true? Would you like to see JayZ as your new owner? Put it in a wrap, man. Wrap it up and send it out somewhere else. I'm not interested, man. Although I don't want KSC anywhere in Arsenal anymore. But what do I know? What do I know? The next news segment is in regards to this youngster. Albert Samuel Lokonga seems to be on his way out. Yeah, Lokonga is set to join Burnley. Sam Lokonga is set to join Burnley on a season-long loan deal. According to reports, the Belgian midfielder is expected to make the switch to Vincent Kompany's side, having spent the second half of last season on loan to Crystal Palace. And we know how that one worked out. But that's something that we'll probably keep an eye on in the future. Talking about goalkeepers, I did say we'll talk about the goalkeeper, Tina Turner. Apparently, Nottingham Forest talks with Arsenal over goalkeeper Matt Turner after identifying him as alternative number one to target Dean Henderson. The girls have told the Reds that they would only be prepared to let Turner go on a permanent deal. Discussions are ongoing, but as yet the club remains part of their evaluations. The USA international Turner joined the Gunners from New England Revolution just last season, but was restricted to join just seven appearances in the Europa League and the FA Cup last season. So his time at Arsenal might have probably come to an end. And you know what? What's come to my mind is that it's all well and good and saying, the player, we don't want the player anymore, or the player wants to leave. You got to think that the player, in most cases, have moved with their family. The human element. We don't want Matt Turner. He's probably thinking, well, I've just left my family in the States. We've moved over here to a new country, and you say you don't want me? The human element. I just thought I'd kind of put that in there. Just some other transfer news in regards to Fernando Torres. Again, since I've been away, I know that there's been some news about, transfer news. But Fernando Torres has admitted that he will be staying at Barcelona, which might upset a lot of people who've done content about Fernando Torres coming to Arsenal. Despite being linked to Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, he said the names on Barcelona's transfer list are placed by the journalist. I have a contract here. I'm going to stay. I don't care what you said about me. I'm going to work like everyone else. So Fernando Torres, I guess we might do a video on him lead up to this one there. But in regards to coming to Arsenal, in his own words, he'll be staying at Barcelona and not going anywhere else there. Now, you're probably thinking, why have I got Gabriel Jesus as a backdrop? Well, here comes the reason why. Where is he? So, whilst I was out on my holiday, just like when we got back to the hotel, I thought, I'm just going to just check out some bits and pieces. And I got to say, give a big shout out to Guna Matters, Glenwyn, who's stepped into the hot seat on Canon 40 at least last week. So thank you for my brother. But I did send him the link where he did an interview. Yes. And the reason why he left Man City to come to Arsenal. Yeah. I chose to leave Man City after Guardiola made me cry. He made me cry. Oh, my mummy. Now, Gabriel Jesus said he decided to leave Man City when coach Pep Guardiola made him cry after leaving him out. Yeah, the starting lineup in a Champions League game. Yeah. The Brazilian international worked under Guardiola for 5 seasons at the Etihad Stadium before joining Arsenal last summer. A move, he said, made him feel free. Now, speaking to the Nielsen Show podcast, Jesus said the turning point in his City career came during their home game against PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, in November of 2021, when he was named on the bench. He said there was a Champions League game, PSG at home, in which he put Zinchenko as a false nine. Crazy thing, Jesus said. The day before, he didn't even use Zinchenko in training. He put me in as a striker, okay? Zinchenko even joked with me, that day I felt bad for you. 2 hours before the game, there was a team talk. The team eats, rests for 30 minutes and goes to the game. He told us the team, I didn't even eat. I went straight to my room crying. I called my mama to talk. I want to leave. I'm going home because he put Zinchenko on and he didn't put me in on the pitch. He put a left back in there. I went crazy. Jesus replaced Zinchenko in the second half and set up the equaliser before scoring a late winner to give City a 2-1 win. I didn't warm up, Jesus added. I felt bad. 5 minutes after, Kylian Mbappe scored the goal for 1-0. Guardiola called me. Hey! I gave an assist and scored. We turned it around 2-1. In the next Champions League game, a 2-1 win at RB Leipzig. I thought I was going to play. I didn't play. There was a lot of that with Guardiola. And it's not easy. But one player evolves. It's really hard. That's when I decided I didn't want to play anymore and I decided to leave. Now, Jesus has been joined Man City in January of 2017 from Palmeiras and won 11 titles with the Manchester club. Now, during his debut campaign at Arsenal, he scored 11 goals and set up 7 more in the 26 league appearances as Arsenal finished second place to Man City. Now, what's my opinion about this one here? What's my opinion? Well, the manager is the manager. The power must always emit from the manager's office or from the man. You can't have player power, which I've seen at Arsenal last 3 or 4 seasons. 4. Anyway, what the manager says goes. That is the bottom line. You might not like it as a player, and it has happened, but you can't have the player dictating whether he plays or he doesn't. It might sound harsh, but that's just the way it is. You can't have player dictating who plays and who doesn't play, whether he plays or they play or not. That comes down to the manager. Now, in the message I sent to Glenn, I'm not sure whether Glenn's watching, I said, that is ruthless. It's ruthless. It might not work, or it might work, but the manager's decision has to be the final decision. It might be 11th hour, a player might get sick, which means the formation might change, the starting 11 might change, the formation might change. That's just the way it is. But Gabriel Jesus, you need to man up a little bit, man. You know, I'm not the most hardline guy. I get a little bit sensitive. You know, my dad's passed away, you know, but he cried, the emotional part of it. But Pep Guardiola, that's the kind of person that he is. In order to get success, you have to be ruthless. That's just the way it is, man. But anyway, so there I was thinking that he wanted to come to Arsenal because of what was happening at Arsenal. He left Man City by default because of how he felt he was being treated. It wasn't so much about, you know, what's happening at Arsenal, you know, with the younger squad and Mikel Arteta, the process. He left Man City because of what was happening at Man City, not because of what he could see at Arsenal. And that point I thought, oh, right, it was how he thought he was treated that made him feel like he wanted to come to Arsenal, not because of what's happening at Arsenal. Anyhow, that's the reason why I have this guy over here looking at me like cross-eyed, thinking, oh, you want to talk to me about me? I did. I spoke to you about you. Anyway, so these are all the new segments currently running on this show over here on Canon 40 TV. Come on, man. You went into your room to cry to your mum. I want to leave. Anyway, I can see the live chat is kind of populated somewhat. There's I can see you watching me over here thinking, oh, welcome back, Alex. Oh, we could have done without you. We prefer Guna Matters. Do you prefer Guna Matters? Anyway, we are streaming simultaneously on Guna Matters as well as Canon 4 TV. And disclaimer, alert, I should have said it from the beginning. Guna Matters always said that his opinion are his opinions alone, not necessarily, how can I say this? We don't necessarily agree with his opinions and vice versa. It just happens that we have him because we agree with 99.999% of what Guna Matters said. So there you said it. There I said it. That's right, I said it. So before I go into the live chat, I do need to see if anyone's joined us on our Twitter feed. Maybe, or maybe not. But let's have a butchers. Let's have a look. Anyone joined us here? Nobody's joined us there. Nobody's sent a message to say that we agree with you, Alex. But it's okay. It's all right. Now I need to go into our our channel, because we did do a poll on the 29th, which was last week, Saturday. I did it from our hotel room. A little bit bored here, man. So the poll that we did was, who's the greatest Arsenal manager in your opinion? My opinion, doesn't my opinion matter? But it matters to me anyway. And the reason why I did it is because I understand that there was a statue unveiled outside the Emirates of Arsene Wenger. Is Arsene Wenger, in your opinion, the greatest Arsenal manager? I'll give you my opinion at the end of this thing here. So as it stands, we have received over 1,400 votes, 16 comments. That kind of got 36 likes. Thank you for the likes there. So again, the greatest Arsenal manager, choose only one. So on 1%, I was thinking, I can't name all the previous Arsenal managers. There's not enough space here. So I put other. So other received 1%. On 2%, and I am surprised at this, and it probably goes down to a sign of the times, maybe it's generational. 2% voted for Bertie Mee. Double winning side, 71. No, you don't remember that? 3% of the votes, I'm really surprised, George Graham. 4%, it definitely must be generational, and it must be the sign of the times. 4% of you only voted for Herbert Chapman. If it were not for Herbert Chapman, Arsenal would not be the Arsenal that we have today. Which leads me to say that 91% of the votes went for Arsene Wenger. It must be generational. And it must be the sign of the times. You guys, you've got to do your homework. If it were not for Herbert Chapman, we would not have the red and white. And I think we probably would not have had the underground station named Arsenal. He revolutionized football, and he revolutionized Arsenal. Herbert Chapman, only 4% of the votes. Anyway, so yeah, 91% of the votes went to Arsene Wenger. Now, my, how can I say this? Let me just kind of pen it back a little bit. So my top four? My top four? I would say my top four, but what I would say is, this is I'll say my top four. Top four managers. So from the best, yeah. So in number one position is Herbert Chapman. For all those reasons I mentioned, and it's so much more that he did for Arsenal when he came in and managed Arsenal. And actually, he had an untimely death. I think he passed away in his 30s, if memory serves me right. So number one, Herbert Chapman. Number two, Bertie Mee for the double winning side of 71. Number three, George Graham. George Graham revolutionized Arsenal again, after the stinker of, because the 80s, if you know your history, we did not have the greatest squads, and we had not won the league since that, and we won the 79 FA Cup final. Yes, we did. So that period there from the 70s right up until when George Graham came there was not the best period for Arsenal. But then went to Anfield, beat them lot. We need to beat them by 2 clear goals. We won the league at Anfield. And we won 2 European trophies under George Graham. Yes, he did leave Arsenal under a cloud because of the bung, but he's my number 3. And number 4 is Arsene Wenger. That's right, I said it. So that's my top 4 there. Herbert Chapman, only 4% of the votes. Generational. That's definitely generational. Anyhow, a little bit of a rant there. I'm sorry about that, but it had to be said there, man. Just come on, guys. Got to do your history. Got to know your history of Arsenal. If it were not for Herbert Chapman, and you know, you go to the stadium, you see his statue there. There's a reason. There's a reason for it. Stop ranting, Alex. Stop ranting. Okay, so let me go into the live chat now and kind of catch up on who's in the live chat. So got Emerson who says good morning, Alex. Good morning to you. Do you know what? Why did it look so? I'm not sure why it looks like that. Anyway, Raya's get the deal done. Stats show he is a better shot stopper and better progression of the ball. He was Arteta's first choice before Ramsdale. Well, Scott, good morning to you. It's still what? Yeah, good morning to you. Hello to you, Scott. I hope you are. I wasn't aware that he was Arteta's number 1 choice ahead. Yeah, I didn't realise that actually. 100%. Better. Okay. This is nothing personal. We are building a winning team. We need 2 class keepers so they push each other. Ramsdale is constantly getting beaten at his near post, and as a keeper, that's a no-no. All right. Imagine Reyes with a better defense in front of him, said Scott. Scott dominating the live chat there. Ramsdale also flaps. Yeah. Turner has admitted that he is not great with the ball at his feet, but still a great shot stopper. Why is the screen looking so small like that? Okay, let me make it a bit bigger. Right, here we go. That's better. Our good goalkeeper coach knows Raya's game inside out from his Brentford days. If we sign him, and as for Turner, could be a loan signing, as that will mean Hein Werner and our under 21's goalkeeper will either go on a loan or be sold. Scott says JayZ cannot even save Spurs. That's a good one, Scott. Turner deserves to play, so Nottingham Forest is a great move for him. I completely agree. At least he will still stay in the Premier League, won't he? Gabriel Jesus, that's rather sad. Yeah. We only wanted to pay 10 million for Reyes before. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that we're gonna also almost come to an end on this one. 28 minutes and running here. Thank you for joining me again. I might probably look a little bit off color. It was a long journey back home, man. That coach trip and then watching it go past our house. I'm thinking, stop the coach. We want to get off. Anyway. So what I need to tell everyone, I do need to read this bit of news here. I will be back in the evening. I will be back. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still on holiday, even though I'm back from our holidays. We went to Madeira. Wonderful island. Speaking of island, it's quite big. It's a big island. But I'll be doing some more content throughout the week, especially in the day, in the morning, as well as even segments in the evening. I'll probably be next week doing some work somewhere, someplace. So anyone's looking for a teaching assistant, school mentor, I'm available. But what I do want to say is that we need to kind of check in and see where we are for our imminent award ceremony, the second Canon for TV award ceremony for your favorite live segment on the channel. So I think we have a clear winner, but I still need to read out the stats. So these are the live segments which run or are no longer on the channel, but we still need to recognize the work that the segment and the host did at that time. So we have Thursday Night Football, which is hosted by Ange, the First Lady of Channel 4 TV. We have the Big Sunday Show, which I believe is no longer running, but we'll have to wait and see. Monday Midday Show, hosted by Glenwyn, Guna Matters, and also the live watch-alongs hosted by my brother on any given day, whenever he feels like to do a live watch-along. So this one here, what is your favorite segment on Canon 40 for the award ceremony? 170 votes. I'd like to have seen a lot more than that actually, but it is what it is nonetheless. We had 13 thumbs up and 2 comments there. So these are the results. The results are now in and you can no longer vote. On 11% of the votes was Monday Midday Show hosted by Guna Matters, Glenwyn. Glenwyn, thank you for doing that segment there. On 21% of the votes, the live watch-alongs hosted by my brother Ralph, aka Raz. So well done, brother. Can you imagine if you won a segment, I had to buy a trophy for my brother? That wouldn't sit well with me, man. No. On 23% of the votes, Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football show, yeah, hosted by Ange, which means the segment that has won the second annual award ceremony is Big Sunday Show hosted by Paul. So I need to communicate with Paul and actually congratulate him, and there will be a trophy sent out to him. So thank you for that. Thank you for taking the time to vote for that. So the second award ceremony has been won by the Big Sunday Show hosted by Paul, aka in the North Bank. So I'll make sure I communicate it to him, make sure he sends a photo if he wants to, of him holding the trophy of Canon 42. So well done to you, Paul. Well done, geezer. Right, so last time into the live chat and see if there's been any other comments there. So Leona Kenny says, what happened to who? Jesus? Well, he penned his comments. He was on I forgot what was the podcast. I forgot the podcast that he was on. The Denilson show, and he just explained why he left Man City to come to Arsenal. And there, I was thinking that he saw the project, he saw the process at Arsenal. They thought, you know, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to sign for Arsenal. That wasn't the case. It was how he was treated by Pep Guardiola during 2 Champions League games that lead him to believe that, you know what, I don't want to stay at Man City. So he went to his room, cried, called his mum and told his mum, you know what, I want to leave. So that's the reason why he left Man City to come and sign for Arsenal. Right. Any more comments before I run through these last few comments in the live chat? Colin, good morning to you. Good. Hello. Says, hello, Alex. Let's go, chatter chatters. Time to gently caress that like button. Pow. I hope you're well. Any watch-alongs on Wednesday and Sunday? I have no idea. Rodney, hello to you. Is also getting from Brazil. I'm not sure. I've just come back from my holiday, so I need to do some homework. But I'm no doubt I need to do some videos. There's lots of videos I need to catch up on, but I'm just taking things kind of easier because it's first day back in the hot seat. Another shout out to Glenwyn, aka Guna Matters. I'm not sure whether he's watching or not, but brother, thank you for stepping in to the host's hot seat last week. I think he did 3 or 4 live shows. So thank you for that, brother. Transfer window company 6 for me, Alex. Where are you at that? I think I gave it a 5, didn't I? Before I went on my holidays. I need to see and read up on all the action. I think if we can get David Raya from Brentford. And going by the stats that I've read there, it might be a strong six or 5.5. But yeah, have we solved our problems? The midfield, possibly. We still need to buy a striker, possibly. So let me do some homework, and I'll on the evening show, I will let you know where I stand firmly on a transfer, whether it's still a 5 or a strong 6. But yes. Rodney Francois says, okay, thank you, and thank you to you as well. Do you honestly think Arsenal will get any more players? Well, the funny thing is, that was another poll that we did. That was the other poll. Thank you for reminding me. And that poll was preceded the one about the manager. You know, who's your greatest manager, Arsenal manager? And yeah, that poll we did 4 days ago. So yeah, even before I went on holiday. No, whilst I was out on holiday. Yeah. So how many more signings? Choose only one. Do you think Arsenal will sign? And we received over 1,000 votes on that one. 28 thumbs up and 9 comments, which leads me to believe I've not responded to all the comments there. So the options were 2 more signings, 1 more signing, or no signings. So no more signings, 3%. 1 more signing, 26%. And out in front on 71% of the votes. You lot believe Arsenal will get 2 more signings. But yeah, let's wait and see. I know I need to do some homework, but today I've just been chilling out, just relaxing. Yeah. So thank you for reminding me on that one, actually. I personally think Arsenal will not get any more signings. Well, what about the David Raya? Do you not think we'll get him? I mean, look at the stats. He's strongly linked to Arsenal, and Thomas Frank has said that they're open to selling him. He has refused to sign any kind of contract extension, but these are the stats. But as I understand it, where he outguns Ramsdale is on his distribution there. Actually, I should have got those stats there. But you can see there, across 38 games, goals conceded, clean sheets, save percentages. I mean, he just outguns Ramsdale on that, doesn't he? 77%, almost 10%. Passing accuracy and errors leading to goals. Yeah, look at it there. But you know, how are you guys on board? Would you be happy? I think what I would say is, like I said when I spoke about this, is that you do need competition all over the pitch. Doesn't matter where you're a marquee signing, doesn't matter where you're a squad player, wherever you are. On all the positions on the pitch, you need competition there because you can't have a starting 11. On those players, including Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, I don't care who you are. You need competition. You need someone snapping at your heels to keep you alive and performing. No player can go across the whole season without a dip. All players go off form. So you need to have competition. And I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Ramsdale, yes, really good goalkeeper. Does flap sometimes. But if we can get this one done, I will be relatively happy. I'm not completely happy with the transfer window because I still don't understand why we went and brought Kai Havertz. He has to prove himself. For me, I know he got a goal on the pre-season. That's great. But when the season starts, when it kicks off, I want to see where he plays. Would he be a first-team starter? I'm talking about Kai Havertz, that is. But the point I want to make is that it doesn't matter which position you play. Whether you're a high earner, a medium earner, or whatever it is there, you need competition. Full stop. So if we can get this deal done, £40 million, he still has 1 more year left on his contract with Brentford, has refused to sign a contract with them. Thomas Frank has said that he's open to selling Raya. Again, why would you want to keep a player who doesn't want to stay at the team, in the club? Sell him. But £40 million, I was thinking there might be some room for negotiations there. But yeah, guys, how you feeling about this one there, man? How you feeling? Need I say more? Anyway, that is it. I will be back later on this evening, giving some more live news. We will be reviewing, the reviews of today, and I've got a lot of homework to do. A lot of homework to do. Yeah, some pre-recorded stuff, but I'll enjoy my convalescence and my resting period. But thank you to you for joining me and listening to me talk about Gabriel Jesus, some transfer news, Samuel Lokonga, probably going out on loan to Burnley. I think it'll be a good move for him. It'd be a really good move for him. I think he would enjoy being with Vincent Kompany. I think Vincent Kompany has always rated him, and I think things probably not going to work out for him at Arsenal. But who knows? Who knows? That's just the way football, the sport goes. Anyhow, I'm going to kind of catch up on some of the World Cup, the Women's World Cup. I was so happy to see that the Colombian women's beat Germany, and it was a really good goal by I think Maria Caicedo, a really good goal. So I'm going to check up and catch up. Until then, enjoy the remnants of your day, and I will be back later on this evening. And I'll see you then. And this has been Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.